Isak was absolutely. That's how a centre forward plays that position. Honestly, I thought he was different class, Al.
He's got a bit of strength about him as well, hasn't he?
Aye.
You know, he's in your face as well. So
he's got a lovely touch. His movement is a different level. Fantastic. I mean, he posed those two as big a problem I've seen any centre forward pose them. Thought he was superb. And I'm going to throw another two at you. Two fullbacks.
Yes, and without a doubt.
Livramento, I thought, played hell of a well.
Yeah.
But I thought Lewis Hall on the other side was different class.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, I really enjoyed the game. And to be fair to Eddie, he brings on the big centre back, goes 5 at the back.
Why wouldn't you?
Takes the centre out. He didn't even. There was unashamedly played without a centre forward when Isak went off. Just went 2 banks of 5.
Semi-final.
Yeah, quite right.
Yeah, absolutely.
2 banks of 5.
Yeah,
that was impressive.
Well, do you know, right away springs to mind who should do that when they have a lead is Ange at Spurs.
Yeah,
he doesn't do that, does he? When Tottenham are ahead, he doesn't. You know, he doesn't think, okay, we're going to win this. We want 3 points. He wants to get another goal.
I was wondering how I couldn't hear you.
Well, I could see you straining a wee bit, and I thought, well, he's not been on for a week with me. Oh dear. He was never any good at, physics, chemistry.
That's it, I've got you now.
Plug it in, you dope.
We're off and running. We're off and running now, pal. Have I got to plug that in?
No. Listen, Arsenal had chances, didn't they? But what a result for Newcastle.
Oh, tremendous result. They didn't show you. I mean, I kept showing you the fans, but it didn't show you just how many fans were there. I told you, Alan, was at Spurs in when was it, last Saturday? They had some support.
I think there was 6,000 there last night.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
that's some result for them. It really is.
I know. That was.
But the only thing I would say is, not sure it's finished yet.
Yeah, well, if Newcastle score, it's over.
Yeah.
If first goal's important, but you could see the Arsenal faces at the end of the game thinking,
I know.
Remember Neil Warnock coming on here and said, nah, because we're talking about winning the Premier. Arsenal, he said he doesn't think Arteta's got it in him, and I thought, ooh, that's a bit harsh. It might be proved right. I don't know. Well, because they had chances.
Oh, the chances last night. Martinelli, to be fair, Martinelli's unlucky. Is that the one who hits the post? Yeah. Remember, he's unlucky with that one. Goalkeeper made a couple of good saves, a couple of great blocks.
I missed the Havertz one. I missed that because I was driving up, unloading my car.
I thought he probably should have scored. It was maybe a little bit behind them, but no, no problems. But they're on some run, Newcastle.
Yeah,
I think that's maybe another clean sheet. They kept about 5 and 6 clean sheets as well.
Yeah, well, they've done well. Do you remember Alan Shearer having a pop? And don't get me wrong, Shearer, what a player!
Oh, man, they were terrible.
I know.
But since was it Brentford?
Yeah, and since then,
they were terrible, Brentford. Yeah. But since then, they've not put a foot wrong. Eddie, and I'm pleased for Eddie Howe. I really like Eddie Howe.
Quick one on Rangers, beating Celtic and beating Celtic comfortably, and then they go and draw with Hibs.
Yeah, disappointing. Is that quick enough for you?
Come on. Give me a wee bit more, Alistair.
I was watching the wee man.
Maybe get them mixed up in the green and whites. Maybe they thought, I don't know.
I was watching the wee man Sunday morning, and then I jumped in the car to go back to watch the game. It was 2-0 before I got back into the house, and then they just went to pieces. And the first 25 minutes were excellent again, and then just went to pieces.
We got that United game to look forward to.
I know.
And Celtic Villa. Oof.
Some great games there. Great games. Celtic Villa's a belter.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's worrying me. Celtic, I don't know, just briefly, because we've got to move on, but Celtic just look a wee bit lack of pace for me at the moment, especially in the midfield. You know what I mean? McGregor, you keep bringing that up, and you're right. He's not imposing himself. Yeah. Maybe he's got a niggle, an injury. I don't know.
I think he's a great player, by the way. Did
you say earlier Brendan's under a bit? He's getting a bit of stick from the Celtic.
No, not the way about. He came.
Oh, he's having to go to the Celtic fans.
The Celtic fans. I think the Celtic fans were singing about the return of Kieran Tierney.
Right.
And to be fair to Brendan, he was defending wee boy Greg Taylor, who's done away fine. It was not a major fallout, you know what I mean, anything like that. But interested to see if Tierney gets back there in January.
Well, he's got to start playing, isn't he?
Oh, mate.
it's just been a disaster, injury after injury.
I know. I really, really feel for him because I think he's a terrific player. I really, really do. I'm disappointed he's not got a lot more game time at Arsenal, but he's just been, as you say, riddled with injuries.
Talking of Arsenal, despite Arsenal having 70% possession, having 23 shots to Newcastle's 7, it's Eddie's Houseman who'll take a 2-0 lead into next month's second leg. Isak made it 14 goals in his last 15. Brilliant. To give Eddie Howe's side the lead before Anthony Gordon, who's in great form as well, extended it shortly after half-time. And the Arsenal boss Arteta told talkSPORT's Adrian Dunham that his side, well, we were outplayed in front of goal.
They certainly done that part of the game, which is the one that decides the game, better than that, because on any other ones, obviously, we were the better side, but at the end we lost the game. Very good team. They are really well coached. They have great individuals. I mean, for the situation they generated to score 2 goals like they've done, credit to them. They're in a good moment right now. But again, it's half-time, and we know what we have done against them today. And I fully believe that we can do it.
I was going to ask you, are injuries catching up with you a little bit? Was that reflected tonight?
No, I don't think so. If not, you don't perform the way we did.
So you're happy with that, even though you couldn't make the breakthrough. So what was it about that you couldn't make that breakthrough in the
end?
end?
You have to put the ball in the net. At 0-0, we have an open chance, the biggest chance in the game. You have to make that count. We have 3 headers 1 meter away from the goal. We put him. I mean, that's football.
By the way, that's a point. I mean, they had 2 headers. Timber's got to score with a header. I mean, who was the other one? Was it Saliba at the end? He's got to score. I mean, particularly Saliba.
They needed 1 goal, didn't they?
But it was, I mean,
just to get back in it.
Did you not think they were pretty straightforward, simple headers where they just need to direct it down the way? No?
And I think every time Arsenal get a free kick or a corner, you're thinking, here we go, goal. You know, for me, like, I know it's easier said than done. 1 in front, 1 behind. Don't let them, don't give them any space. But they're having so much success. But they'll be ruined that, won't they? You look at the possession, look at the chances, shots. But I don't want to end away from Newcastle, and it's going to be really tough up there for them.
Yeah.
So, ruining the missed chances, Arteta racked up an XG. I can't stand all this new stuff.
I'm with you. What is this XG?
Expected goals.
Here?
Well, I always thought expected began with E, not X. Do you know what I mean?
Expected goals was 3.09. What is the maximum XG?
I've no idea.
What's the minimum XG? 0.
I don't know. We'll have to. I don't know.
So is the maximum 10? Is it 100? See, they're looking in there. I'm getting glacial faces looking back at me.
They're all nodding their heads if they understand.
Is that, what are you talking about? You 2 dinosaurs in there. I don't know XG. And then they're not giving us any answers.
I don't mention dinosaurs again. Right. Would you think Arsenal buy a striker this month?
Probably not.
No.
Because they've had ample opportunity to do it. But I don't know, because I'm not a great fan of the January window anyway, because it's generally teams that are in desperate need of something and can get held to ransom a little bit, whether they're fighting off relegation or going to get promotion or perhaps a title, so you can get held to account a little bit.
I tell you who's good again, Delap, Ipswich.
Oh, I'm liking him.
He's got strength as well on the ball.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hope we can keep a hold of him.
Tell you, you're doing all right, yeah.
Well,
here's one for you. The penalty that Forest should have got for handball, right? If they get that penalty and they score, Ipswich are out the bottom 3. That's how important some of these decisions are, you know.
I know. But Ali, I went through them all again last night at half time. All the highlights of the weekend. Yeah. I still don't know what's a handball and what isn't. Promise you.
No, I'm with you, mate. And there's a bit of, obviously, controversy. Excuse me, mate. I think Newcastle's goal at Spurs has got to count, right? I know it hits Joe Linton's hand, right? But it hits his hand. His hand's at his side, and there's another pass between that and the goal, which they make a bit. So you're right. It's clarifications. You wouldn't have seen the one in the Dundee derby, right?
No.
That was the worst ever. Right?
Oh, really?
Oh, man, it gave a penalty. The guy's facing the other way, he's got his hand out the back.
Aye, there's his hand.
And they go, it's just... I think, I keep saying it, they've got to bring the word deliberate back into the law. They've got to, in some shape or form.
That's too easy. Right, Arsenal fans, let's hear from you this morning. Does Mikel have to sign attacking players this month? Newcastle fans, let's hear from you this morning. I know it was a long way back last night and a late one, but it was worth it, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Is this finally the year that you end up the trophy drought? Are you dreaming of Wembley? 03717 03717 223344. Give us a call. We'll look back in the back pages in the papers next.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.